Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we are not going to be doing anything DIY, but we're going to be checking out the pre-built board, the Veno board, which seems to be a pretty cool budget option for an electric skateboard. We have a $30 off discount code and affiliate link so that you guys can help support us a little bit if you want to buy this board while also getting a discount. So here's the home page. It looks like they have 3 pre-built boards in their store. They have the regular V1, the Pro version, and the Plus version, which is the one we are going to be reviewing today. And then they also just have a variety of replacement parts, just as all electric skateboard stores do. So if we go on the Veno Plus page, you can see that this is the board that we're going to be unboxing right here in a second. It has a Samsung 10 amp hour battery, and from the looks of it, it has the standard flex pack underneath, which is usually in a 10S4P configuration, so I'm guessing these are Samsung 25R cells. It looks like a pretty clean product from the looks of it. This nice new remote controller, which I think is pretty standard now, with an indicator for your speed, your board's battery, and your remote's battery. I think there's 4 riding modes on these things, and it's just a really nice basic remote controller for these budget boards. So from the looks of it, this thing has a pretty massive battery on the bottom. Yeah, 10 amp hours. I'm guessing in a 10S4P 36 volt configuration would mean it's a 360 watt hour pack with these dual rear hub motors on the back. Is not going to be anything shabby for range. It's advertised to go 42 kilometers an hour in the fastest mode, which is 26.1 miles an hour, and this range 22 to 25 miles. We'll check this out in a range test in a future video, but it's looking like it's a pretty solid board for the price point of $579. You'll get a 26 mile an hour board with around 20 miles of range. Let's just check this thing out in the unboxing. So we were contacted by Veno Board about a week before we got the package, which means they have a US supply of these boards already in America. So if you're purchasing this from the US, there's not going to be an extremely long wait time. It's only around a week or so to get one of these, which is incredible. So when you first opened the box, the board was neatly packaged in all of this packaging foam. The board looks super nice. The grip tape in their Veno board logo with that foam cushiony grip tape on it. Everything was in perfect condition, organized, and orderly. It didn't have its own customized box, but that's fine because everything was nicely packaged anyways. So when you open it, you'll get the board on the top, and then under that there's a compartment with a bunch of other stuff such as the remote, the instruction manual on how to operate this thing, which is important to give a little read before you ride it. There's also a rear light that you can mount to the trucks, a blue T-tool that's included, and then also some of these cables, which include the remote charger and an extra charge port. There is of course also a standard charger, which is a 10S 2 amp standard charger. These are nice because all you have to do is plug them into the wall and into your board, and it'll tell you when it's done charging and when it's still charging. Okay, so now to take a closer look at this board. The Veno board looks perfectly nice when it comes out of the box. The enclosure is a little bit different than most enclosures on this shape of board. You might recognize it from the Onboard Bamboo series and the Vestar or Vareal boards. They also have a similar enclosure on their drop-through, drop-down decks, so it's interesting to see it on kind of a more not drop-through downhill deck, which is meant to flex with the deck. There's also a nice power switch on the side, which is a standard momentary push latch switch. And on the rear are these dual hub motors. Also along the side of the enclosure is this USB port, which you can use to power any device that uses a USB. There's a charge port also located towards the front of the board for the charger. The wheels this board use are standard 90mm flywheel clones, which are the same size as the 90mm hub motors located at the back. So in general, this board looks very clean and well put together. The board also features a really cool remote controller, which I think has become the standard for most of these Chinese clones. It looks like a Flipsky VX1 controller, but it has a screen on the front display, which is kind of like the VX2. So you can have the VX1 body with the telemetry display of a VX2, which I think is super cool, especially coming from the DIY world where we don't have a remote like this. The remote has a really friendly user interface that makes it super easy to use. There's 4 speed modes, which you can change by pushing the mode button, and then if you double tap the reverse button while clicking the button, you can impact how much you want your braking to be. So you can set your acceleration in 4 modes and your braking in 4 modes, so you can really fine tune how you want your braking and acceleration to be, which is something I've never seen before. The remote also just has a pretty nice look to it. The controller does sit nicely in your hand. It's a very ergonomic design, but it does feel like the materials are cheaply made and the throttle could use some help with maybe a higher quality spring. So just to recap what's in this unboxing, there's the board itself, there's the charger, there's a T-tool, an Allen key, a replacement charge port, charging cable for remote, rear brake light, and the remote itself. And then of course there is the Veno board instruction manual with all of the directions. So just from a personal perspective, this board looks and feels really nice. Although it's a Chinese clone which has a lot of the same parts as other boards, the build quality on this thing feels very good. It's definitely out of the box and completely ready to ride. All you'll have to do is charge it up, turn on that remote, and get that thing up and running, which is super nice, especially as DIYers, we're not really used to that and we have to put in all of our time. Having something completely ready out of the box is super nice. So just plug in the board, the green indicator will turn on, open the port, plug in the other end of the charger, the light will turn red, and then when you're done, the light will turn green again. To charge the remote, you can use the side of the board's USB port, which is super nice because all you have to do is open that bad boy up, plug in a micro USB cable, and then you'll be able to charge your remote wherever you are if your remote is low on battery. Anyways, that concludes our unboxing video on the Veno Board Plus. So far, this thing looks super awesome and neat from our unboxing, and next week we're going to be testing this board out by riding it and seeing what we think so you guys can know if this thing's any good or not. So if you guys are interested in this board after our unboxing, check out Veno board. You can go on their website and purchase any of these boards. This is the Veno Plus that we unboxed today. If you add it to your cart and during checkout use the code ESK8, just capital ESK8, apply that discount code, you'll get $30 off the board, which will also help us as creators be able to produce more videos like this and also give you guys a rad discount on this board. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love by liking the video and commenting down below what you think of the Veno board and this review overall. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more awesome electric skateboard content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.